So let's move forward. Let's come to the list. Right now, list is an object. It's a sequence in Python basically, and a sequence is basically a collection of various data types or data items. Right? It can have anything. So you know that when you define like a integer variable, it can only take integers. When you define a string variable, it can only take strings. But the good thing about a list is it is encapsulated with these square brackets, and then within those square brackets, separated by commas, you can add various elements into this particular list, and then these various elements need not be of the same data type. For example, this one. Can you guys quickly create this list one? And list is like a valid data type in Python, right? So a list has a collection of one or more data items. It is represented by square brackets, and each element of the list is separated by a comma. Now I can put strings here as well. Of course, because I'm putting strings, they are written in within quotes, and then I can also put integers here. So numbers and strings I can put in one go. And when I print this list, like after I create this list, right, and when I print it, I can see that my list one has all of these data items stored. Have you guys created this list one at your end? So list is basically a data structure in Python, right? So you guys do understand this, right? Why do we need this, or why is it coming into play? Like whenever you are going to work with Python, you know that all the stuff that we were doing, right? We can't be like writing numbers and adding them all along. If I want you to write a number from 1 to 100, you're not going to put like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 like a calculator in Python, right? Because it's stupid to do that. And that's why we need some advanced data structures or sequences where we could store data, a lot of information. And this is seeming very simple now, but a Python list can like store so much of information, right? It could be like hundreds and thousands of rows and columns of data can be stored in Python data structures. And that's where it becomes interesting. So now I want to tell you a couple of things about a list. First of all, any Python data type that you have, right? Or anything that you have in Python, right? If I want to know what type of data structure is this, so I use a type command on the name of this particular variable. And what is the output? What does it tell me? The type command tells me that this data type or this particular sequence is of list type, right? If the same thing, right? Like if the same thing, this type thing, if I am going to put on this str1 variable that I had created, let's see what I'll get here. And you also try this. Type str1. It's telling me that it is a string variable, right? It's telling me it's a string variable. Here, when I do it on list one, it's telling me that it's a list variable. Everyone on board? What the type command is, you know that? Perfect. Now, a couple of things about we all know. We also know that it can contain any data type. A list can have any data type. It can have string, it can have boolean, it can have new integers, it can have float, anything it can have. And another important thing is, in the same list, different types of data can be present. The way we have here, right? We have string and integer in the same list here. Everyone on board till this point? Let me just write it out here for you in a different this thing. See, I have put up the same thing here. All right. So lists are a mutable data structure, and all of those things you can basically remember about the lists. Now, an important thing about lists, and basically some interesting thing about referring to or working with a particular problem in Python, is about being able to refer to a particular element in a list. And that's where the indexes come into play, right? An index is basically the way of referring to a particular element inside a Python data structure or data sequence. We have only studied one data structure at this point, which is list. And we have created this list called list1, right? Now, let's say I want to tell you guys that, hey, Asmit, give me the second element from this list called list1, right? Give me the second element from this. What is the second element in this list? The second element in the list is? No, it's not. No. Asmit, second element in the list I'm saying. I'm not talking about index. I'm just saying second element in the list. That is Java, right? Now, Monisha, do you guys have any idea how will I extract that second element? So I know that I want to draw out second element from that list, but to take that second element out, to access that element, I will be using index. And what are index basically? Index is, as the word suggests, right? When you have like a table of content, right? The index tells you on which page you have what particular topic, right? The same way index in the Python will tell you in which position will you find a particular entry. So now I look at Java here and I can see that, okay, Java is the second element, which means in general, what should be the index number I should be putting up here in the square bracket? Perfect. So basically, I think everyone here is aware about the fact that indexing in Python, the index 1, right? To take that element out. Everyone absolutely comfortable till this point? Right? So I basically can extract information out of Python or any Python data structure using indexing, right? Now, there's a lot that I can do with indexing, right? There are a lot of basic operations and functions that I can play along. For example, I use this list2, and using this range feature, now I try to work around and I try to do all of these things. So when I put it like this, that I want to take from list2, and I write like this, all the elements from the second index onwards. This means I want to extract all the element from index 2 onwards. What does it mean? That third element onwards, because index 2 is the third element, right? This is 0th index, this is first index, and this 33 is the second index in list 2, right? So from that list, second element onwards, it gave me all the elements because I left it blank, right? I used this column and left it blank. So it's like from second element, everything you can give me. If I put it like from second to sixth, it is only going to cover those many elements and give me those. If I put it like this, that okay, from beginning till the index 4, Then see what it has done. From beginning till the index 4. So it has given me everything before index 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth index was 55. So it has given me everything before 55. And that's what I see here being outputted.